While the worship team's coming up here, I want to talk to you a little bit about what we've just done. Now, I want you to be impressed by connections. Last night, we concluded 30 days of prayer. We had something like 42 people sign up, 60 different people show up to seek the Lord and to pray morning, noon, and night. Again, last night was the conclusion of that 30 days of prayer. This morning, we're going to baptize 4 people. I just want you to make that connection, all right? So, we discovered 3 things in 30 days of prayer. Number 1, we discovered that there's something about a place. There's something about a place that people who came into this room experienced the presence of God and experienced the peace of God and the Spirit of God in a unique way. Now, not exclusive, right? Like you can pray at home and feel the presence of God, but in the prayer journal that we kept, entry after entry after entry, there was something about being in the place, being in God's room, being in the sanctuary. That's the first thing. It turns out it kind of matters. Second thing we found out is an hour is really a short amount of time. Like people signed up and came in to pray for 1 hour in those certain intervals, and they were amazed at how quickly the time had gone. We also found out that there's a tremendous amount of need represented in just this body of people. People that came in and prayed, and we had 77, like the very last count, 77 of these prayer cards strewn across the altar. And when people went and prayed from prayer card to prayer card, like their hearts were broken by the pain and the hurt that was represented on these cards. Here's the kind of things we prayed for. There were 15 of our prayer cards that specifically talked about children, like our children, our sons and our daughters, prayer concerns for them. Most of them, not exclusively, but most of them prayers for their children to come to Jesus. 22 of the cards were about life situations that people were in, whether it was job or relational or just like or money, like their lives were messed up in some way or another and just looking for help in their life situation. 22 cards for that. 8 cards were about our church, our community, our workplaces, praying and looking for God to revive His church and to awaken our community. 21 cards were for healing. 11 cards were specifically for salvation, not related to our children. And so here's the thing. Even after 30 days of prayer, it's still there. That hurt is still there. And so one of the questions we were asking ourselves was, like, what should we do next? Like, okay, we did that. That was good. Let's move on to the next thing. Like, no. I felt like can't just move on to the next thing. Like, let's have a sense that God is stirring. But people are still hurting. People still need to come to know Jesus. People still need to be healed. Life situations still need straightened out. Revival still needs to come to a church, an awakening to a community. So why would we take our foot off the gas? It's like you're going to drive on the interstate, and you know that to get on the highway, you're on the on-ramp, and you gotta put the pedal to the metal a little bit, going up that on-ramp to merge onto the highway. And then once you're on it, you're going to take your foot off the gas? Well, some people do, and it drives us all nuts. No, you keep the. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to have another 30 days of prayer, and we're going to count backwards from Pentecost. We're going to have 30 days of prayer leading up to Pentecost. Pentecost is May 28th. We don't count the Sundays. So that takes us all the way back. Oh, rats. I had it written down, but now I lost it. Oh, April 24th. Yeah. So we're going to start another 30 days, April 24th. And we'll have some different directions for you, but it'll still be this seeking God in the morning, seeking God at midday, seeking God at night. So I want to thank those people that were able to pray for this first 30 days. So if you were one of those people that were a part of the 30 days of prayer, would you stand like where you are? I know there's not 42 of you here, but just stand. Yeah, there you are. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.